Welcome to the Climate Change Disruptor Podcast. Another podcast on energy? Yes, absolutely. I think that it's so important to educate the entire world on energy. I know that the people who are going to follow this podcast at first are going to be the people in the industry, the people that want to help solve climate change. But we do not have the groundswell of support that we should have at this point in the global warming situation, where we have enough education to get enough of the populace in enough of the countries on board to convince their politicians that this is the correct way to go. So my expertise is marketing engineers. I've been translating engineer to English for 20 years. I partnered up with one of the top engineers who retired from General Electric, Robert Bishop, and he's famous for inventing the ultrasound machine, the surge suppressor. 63 other industrial inventions saved companies hundreds of millions of dollars, trillions in total. So pretty cool stuff. We've developed a wind and water turbine that is more efficient, that does not injure dolphins and eagles and whales. And that's really important, because when we're talking about changing people's minds, the first thing that happens when you talk about a wind turbine is some people have been, shown the images over and over and over of the dead birds, of the dolphins and the whales who are beached from the sound and the vibration of the current generation of wind turbines. Ours solves that problem. But it's an objection. And whenever you are talking about new technology, whenever you're asking someone to change, there is resistance. And by not handling people's objections, you are not handling their ability to comprehend and adopt change. So my goal with this podcast is not to promote my products. My goal is to promote everybody's products. There are great things happening in wind, of course, water, energy, amazing. Fission, fusion, solar's gotten more efficient. Battery technology, I'm fascinated by battery technology. I think that we need so much change, and we need it collaboratively. We need it technologies that will work with each other. For example, there's no reason we can't use the existing transmission lines for daytime solar for nighttime wind if we are the low-cost provider. There are more efficient ways to do it down the line, but when we're talking about making real change and real progress, we need to reduce greenhouse gases immediately. We're in a mitigation phase as opposed to solving a problem phase right now, because we've been talking about these problems, unfortunately, for 30 years with limited or in some cases, stopped action. And we need to get past that. We need to get back to an action phase. We need to work collaboratively. We all need to be able to promote each other's technologies. It's not all about winning market share amongst most of the people that I talk to in this field. Most of us have some great goals, and the great goals are saving humanity. I say all the time now when I talk to people, I said, well, if all these technologies are implemented, we'll be able to, play with our grandchildren in the parks that we have right now in 30 years. If not, we'll be playing with them on Mars. And that's going to look a whole lot differently. The other thing that people don't understand is that we do not have enough energy production in this country to handle the transition to an all-electric infrastructure, to handle electric heating, electric cooking, electric cars. It's just not there, and we're not building new power plants. It's a rarity in America that any power plant gets online, and those that do can take between 8 and 20 years from the time they're proposed to the time that the energy actually comes on board. So, if you are in solar, fission, fusion, water, wind, batteries, and want to get your message out to more people, the Climate Change Disruptor Podcast might just be the what that you are looking for to implement your how. I'm Ronald Hunt. I love translating engineer to English. Let me do that for you for free on the podcast. And we will go from there, and we will hopefully mitigate climate change together.